This shit's fire.
2, 1. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Pin the Gas Podcast, episode numero 10, aka 10. This is a very special podcast because not only do we have my sexy ass Mr. Cool Jules, but we also are joined by the beautiful Andy, Andelix, Ro, and Chris, the whole show, Simko, and our special guest for the evening, my man, the raging great 88, the fellow in bright yellow with his official PTG nickname, my man Max, the Yellow Flash Flinders. All right, now, Max, with the official introduction to you, what do you think about your nickname, the Yellow Flash?
Man, that's honestly a sick nickname. I've been looking for a nickname for a while, and no one's really nailed it. So I think that's it. I might have to do a new T-shirt design with the Yellow Flash.
That would be awesome.
5%? 5%?
Yeah, right.
No, I appreciate you joining this podcast because the whole reason why I started this whole podcast was because a lot of the podcasts that are out that have guests like to interview people who are already up there in terms of status, and I think that Moto America has more to offer in like the mid and like lower. I'm not saying like you guys aren't competitive, but I'm just saying like the mid to lower tiers that these guys have a story. These guys have something to say. Right. And everyone, to race in Moto America, period, you got to be talented. So
very talented.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to give a platform. The whole reason why I started this is because I want to give a platform to those people that don't really voice out, their story. Now, with that being said, I know Chris has some things that he would want to ask. So I'm gonna let my man, the show, take the whole row.
That was good. Yeah.
Go ahead. Chris.
So like I stated before, everybody that's watching that really don't know you of your team, if you could please iterate who you are, your team, how you got here, and how you ended up in America racing.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm Max Flinders. I race for Fast Bike Racing, and yeah, repping us real good.
Straight up.
He stole that shirt.
Yeah, he stole it. He just came up to my pit and just went.
I just took it.
But yeah, no, I've been riding motorcycles since I was 3.5. I started racing when I was 6. My dad put me in grass track, which is like flat track, but it's on grass and you have knobbly tires. And I won a couple championships there. And then my dad always wanted to go to America and go racing because when he was younger, he was watching the greats come up. You had Kevin Schwantz, you had King Kenny, you had Wayne Rainey, all these guys coming from America. So he's like, let's go there. They obviously found something out. So we came over here. We started flat tracking. I got 3rd in nationals my first year. And then we didn't realize how big America was and the money we were spending to travel around to go flat tracking. We could spend the same amount of money to do like club racing. So when I was 12, I went and did my first ride on a Milwaukee 250 at Jennings. I messed my pinky up pretty bad that day.
I see that,
Oh.
But my dad thought that would kind of scare me away from it. But honestly, I thought it was sick. I was like, dude, look how cool my fingers look.
Check it out, dude.
Like,
yeah, baby.
So
it happened to my ring finger.
Right, dude. I got the same thing on my ring finger.
Man, that's awesome.
Except mine happened in a lesser cooler way.
Max, so explain us how really what turn did you injure your pinky there? I've been to Jennings myself.
Okay, so let me think.
You were young, huh?
Yeah, I was 12 years old when I did it, and my dad was like, "Hey, just don't tell your mom." And I was like, oh,
"Okay, yeah."
But I think it's turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
8,
7, 9. Turn 9. I crashed that thing, and my pinky just got stuck under the bar, and I was like, dang.
Man.
But it wasn't too fast. But you know, I went into school after that, and I was like, oh look, I crashed a motorcycle, and everyone was like, whoa. So it was pretty cool.
Like, dude, check it out.
Yeah, tell me about it. So, you know, I got a little reputation there. It was pretty cool. So.
That's awesome.
Then I went from there and I just started racing USGPRU and kind of making my way up. I won some more championships. And when I was 16, I went to AMA and started racing professionally on a 600. And then I did 1 year on that. And then my dad's like, I have no money left. Like, you got to find a ride or you got to find a job. And I was like, oh, that's not good. So luckily I ran into Thrash Bike Racing and their rider wasn't able to compete that weekend. So I stepped in and I finished better than their rider had the whole year. So they're like, oh,
very cool.
Check this kid out. So I had another I had another chance in front of them in New Orleans where we moved to when I came over from England, and I blew them away. So luckily I set that spot. They came in, they're like, we're going to do super stock, we're going to go on an EBR, we're going to go crazy. And I was like, let's do it. So I had a lot on my shoulders because EBR is the only American bike out there.
Yeah.
And I got this like flux of supporters. Like they were all just like, yeah, America, race that EBR, go kick butt. I was like, yeah. I was like, let's go. So I literally went to the first weekend. I was doing really well. I climbed up into the top 10 and it was raining. And then I just yeeted the bike down the track and it flipped and flipped and flipped. And I was like, oh no. So we were trying to get parts, but that evening they were like, EBR just shut down. So we're like,
oh
yeah.
So we kind of struggled with that,
Man.
got on the Yamaha, finished off super stock. And then they were like making all the super stock riders go to superbike. So we're like, all right, let's go. So we jumped into Superbike, and I've been there for, I think, 3 or 4 years now. And, man, dude, we're one of the smallest.
You ain't never going back.
It's been a dream. It's been a dream. Yeah.
Yeah, we one of the smallest teams out there for sure. But, I mean, we make a big impact. So
you do. Absolutely.
We're going to just keep pushing the way we're going.
It's also the vibes you put out, Max. It's all this positive energy, man, and I love it, dude. That's what drew me to you. Was that just that? No, seriously, that vibe, how you were with the people and how you react and how you make just even the older fans, but the younger generation fans that are just how you make them feel by setting homeboy on your motorcycle and letting homegirl put a sticker on your bike or right. I did my research.
I witnessed that.
Whatever it may be, and I was like, wow, Max is really, he brings something to the sport that the sport really needs.
Thank you.
Right?
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Also, along with that, going back to your England days, didn't you set a world record in 1 year? I mean, a record you won like 60 races in one season on a KX65.
Yeah, I went out. I was on a new level that year. Me and my dad went out, and I think we had about, I think it was like 80-something races that year, and I won every single race. I did not lose a single race.
Moto man, on, bro.
Straight up.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, it was cool. At the ceremony, they were just like, and to set a new record, which has never been done before, Max Flinders, please step up. You haven't lost a single race this year. And I was like, wow, it was just one of those years. It's kind of like Gagne, dude. When you're on it, and you rip.
Did they give you a fat check?
Actually, Kawasaki sent me a whole care package because I was the only person that year to win a championship on a Kawasaki. No one else, not any other motorcycle sport. Yeah. So they sent me a huge care package, had beanies, hoodies, mugs. It was pretty good. But back then in England, they wouldn't give the rider money because I was only like 8 years old. So instead, they gave a check to my school, and I got a big ceremony at my school, brought the bike in and the trophies, and they they went all out for me, and they gave a big check to the school so they could upgrade our sports equipment. But then the next year I moved to America, so I don't really see the point of it. So.
Hey, but you never know, Max. Yeah. You might have influenced some kid that you left behind back home. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I hope so.
I'm sure you did.
Now you see that's cool and all. That's cool and all, but I feel like Kawasaki just gave you like like a pizza.
Dude, yeah, it's like congrats.
They're like, here's a pizza
Right,
party, bro.
right, pretty much. It was a little rough. Now I think about it, so back then I thought it was sick. I don't know. It's one of those things.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because I played AAU basketball when I was younger.
Oh, right.
And when we won the championship, we didn't see any money. It was a pizza party. I was like at Chuck E. Cheese. I was like, oh, all right.
Hey, I bet
Can I
you
get more
turned up.
tokens?
Yeah, not even tokens, man. They just here's your pizza, bro. I'm like, oh man.
Bro, so they didn't even let you play the game.
I know, right? Come on, man.
Just the pizza, and I'm like, yo, like we could have got something better, like some Domino's or something. But I guess I would like to ask Max, since I brought that up. Aside from motorcycling, did you play any other sports growing up?
Well,
was there like something else on the
yeah,
side?
when I was a kid, being from England, I played football, which over here is soccer. And then when I came over here, they were like, "Oh, do you want to go play football?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And then I got tackled, and I'm like, "What the hell is going on?"
Wait, what?
This is not the right sport for me because I was only a little guy. As soon as my school found out I was English, I literally got a pass straight onto the soccer team. And
wow,
I was playing soccer the entire time pretty much. I skipped junior year because I got taken out really bad, and they pretty much nearly bent my knee backwards. And my dad's like, "Look, you got to think about racing. It's like soccer or racing." And I'm like, racing, let's go.
No brainer, Dad. No brainer.
Interesting. So soccer was your second love.
Yeah, I really enjoyed soccer. I mean, I got offered scholarships and stuff, but like I was like, I gotta go with racing.
Wow, very cool.
Gotta go with the
Bravo.
adrenaline. Andy, look at you. You look like you're itching to say something.
Well,
I'm
Max,
staring at the screen.
Max, let me ask you. I
Squinty
understand
eyes.
your team includes yourself, your father, and the other gentleman, which is the owner of the team.
Yeah,
So
Tim,
it's just three of you guys. I'm sure it's got to be challenging to set up on the weekend and do your whole lap times, everything. Do media, chat.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge. I mean, since we've been doing it for a while now, we've kind of got a system down, so it's not as difficult as it used to be. But I mean, I'm the truck driver. Like I drive the truck from New Hampshire all the way to Washington State, which is a 5-day drive.
Wow.
I mean, that's a lot of sitting down and not doing anything. Then I'm supposed to get off my butt, set up a pit, and then get on a motorcycle and go as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's definitely a challenge.
Yeah, to keep it all together.
Oh, dude, trying to keep your head in the right space and stuff. And then Tim, who's the owner, I mean, he's been in aero aviation. There's a helicopter company forever. And he picked me up, and we went flat tracking one night, and then he ended up breaking his neck.
Oh, wow.
So he came back like a champ. They said he wouldn't walk or talk again, and he's walking and talking and telling everybody what to do. So
Nice.
he came back strong, but he still can't quite do everything that he used to be able to do, which frustrates him. And then my dad's one of the best mechanics I know. I mean, he can rip an engine out of R1, put a new one in like 3 hours. He's a beast.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not an expert on like, the suspension, the electronics and everything. Like engine wise, putting the bike together, taking it apart, he's all over it, right? But I mean, with that, my girlfriend comes along and she helps with everything she can. She made me crash.
What a keeper.
She made me crash one time. She forgot to put my tire warmers on, but we won't talk about
Oh
that.
my! Wait a minute. Where was
insurance fraud?
Dude, I was at Nola Motorsports and I was just out there having fun, and then that's a loud.
Yeah, is that you?
Whatever that was. Dude,
that was a Bromsky.
It's some two-stroke going by.
But yeah, no, we went there and I was teaching her. It was the first time coming out. I was like, all right, tire warmers, put them on like this, do this. She was killing it all day. I came back after lunch and I'm about to go out and feeling good. I'm like, all right, let's go. So I go out, having a good time, coming into the back exits. It's like 120-ish miles an hour, and I'm just like, what? And I tip in, and
Oh my God!
I'm like, what the heck?
Oh my
God! Luckily, the bike didn't flip; it just slid. So I had to clean it up. I was fine. I go in, I'm like, dude, that's weird. Like that shouldn't have happened. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, hey, Courtney, and she's like, yeah. I was like, was the tire hot when I went out? And she goes, the rear was. I was like, what? She goes, yeah. She goes, the front wasn't really hot, but I didn't want to worry you, so I didn't tell you.
Oh, thank
And
you.
I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
Dude.
So I was like, I wasn't mad because
She don't
It
know.
was her first time. She was helping. I was like,
Yeah.
I should check to myself. I was like, look, if anything's weird on the bike, if anything looks off, tell me. You're not gonna bug me. You might save me. So you know, it was a learning experience. But now she's a beast. She can rip down and put up the canopies like a champ. She helps me, and then also she's my umbrella girl, so she makes me look good when we're standing out there and gives me shade.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
Honestly, Max, you'd be better than me, because if we ever got into, if that was my girl and we got into a fight, she'd be like, "Oh, well, you didn't call me." I was like, "Well, you didn't put my tire warmers on. You remember that one time?"
Well, guys, listen. When I was in Atlanta, I saw somebody leave their pit area and almost enter the racetrack, and he still had his rear tire warmers on. And he's having Atlanta this year, and some bystander was walking around. He's like, hey, you still got it on? And he was like, oh my God, thank God somebody pulled it out. I have no clue who it was.
How did you not feel it, dude?
I know. That's what I'm
Adrenaline,
thinking.
I have
adrenaline.
no clue, man.
Wait, what?
The only thing I'm thinking is that little wire that's dangling from the tire warmer that could have got stuck on the chain, you know?
That would have been bad news.
But they caught it fairly quickly, and he was like, they stopped him and they pulled him out, and he was good to go. But
that's good.
He was in a rush.
I bet.
I'm telling you, these guys are the perfect team, because they've seen some stuff that I haven't. I'm new to this sport, Max. I've been to my first event was Moto America in 2020, like right when you guys opened after COVID, and
right.
And I'm just like walking through the paddock, and just like I didn't really know everyone, and I've seen you a couple times. I was also there in 2021, and this goes back to what Chris was saying about, like, you know, how approachable you are with your people. All I see is this dude, bright yellow, just kissing babies left and right. Like, anyway, so Chris, Chris is like, yeah, that sounds about it. Chris, what about you, man? What you got? What do you got?
Tell me who you're named after, you and your sister.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, my dad is the biggest bike nut. Like, I'm sat in his office right now, and there's, you know, Rossi, Wayne Rainey, me, and him, and just bikes everywhere. So he's been crazy about bikes since I was born. So when my sister was born, my mom and dad were like, oh, what should we call this little girl? And my dad's like, who just won the championship?
Oh my God.
It's Alex Crivier. Alex Crivier just won the championship. I think it was the 250 GP championship. So he's like, oh, what about Alex? And my mom is crazy enough to say yes. So they said, yeah, let's call her Alex. Beautiful. And then now it's my turn. Oh, what should we call this little boy? And Max Biaggi won the it was the 250 GP again that year. And my dad's like, awesome. Oh, Max, that's a great name.
Great.
Literally, I was born into the sport, bro.
If that's the case, epic. I am naming my future son Kobe Bryant. Like, it's over.
Right. I know, that's right.
It's over.
I know.
Nah.
I actually named my son Hayden Rossi after Nicky Hayden and Valentino Rossi.
That's sick.
Yeah. So, but we call him Rossi. That's what he goes by.
Right.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
So,
the undisputed GOAT.
Right.
Because here on this podcast, Max, we like talking smack, and we were talking about especially Chris, he was very adamant that, oh, Marquez is not the GOAT, and then Andy jumped in. No, Marquez shouldn't even be labeled a GOAT because Rossi did X. Dude, but would you agree with that? Like, yo, Rossi's undisputed GOAT.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you go to any MotoGP race now, whenever, there's always gonna be Rossi stuff, dude. Like, even now, he's branded himself so well, and he's just done so many cool things. I mean, the helmet with his face on, all the different helmet designs. He pretty much put AGV on the map. I mean, he's done so many things. He's raced back in the day when, you know, you could actually bump into people and, like, hit off the track without getting a long lap penalty. And he's raced today. And even when he retired, man, I mean, like, he wasn't the slowest guy out there, like, ever. He was still like one of the fastest guys, and to see how close MotoGP is now, and like the fact that you don't really have a constant winner. Dude, you're having a different winner every other time. That's how close it is, and he was still competing.
Yes,
he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Undisputed GOAT.
And definitely.
Yeah, like I said, like we were just talking smack how like Mark is not nowhere near close. I mean, we respect Mark, and we're like, yo, he's great.
You gotta respect him. I mean, dude, he's done some crazy stuff. He's an excellent rider. He's done some crazy moves, and I hope he comes back stronger than ever and keeps winning championships. But
no GOAT.
I mean,
no GOAT.
When Rossi kicked him off the bike, I was like, "Come on, it's the GOAT!" Like,
that's the vibe of this pod is just smack talking to the rap. But actually, I have a complete left field question for you, Max.
Okay.
Without naming any names, if you can, without naming any names,
Ooh.
in racing, let's say current, who your running mates, who talks the most smack?
Who talks the most smack?
Because we don't get to hear that stuff. Like not
Yeah,
like
do
smack
you
as like
do you
like
guys
suck or like F you, but like smack as in like, yo, I'm gonna get you today.
Yeah,
like,
you guys,
like
you guys, Max, you guys
like a
link up
friendly
together
battle,
after a race and chit chat and be like, oh man, that was a nice pass on turn 2. I wish I would have caught you over here.
But that's not talking smack. That's
you never
smack.
know.
I mean,
man.
talking
you
smack
could.
like, yo, Max, I'm coming after you, bro, and you ain't passing me today.
With me, I mean, everybody talks smack to me. It's like, dude, I'm the bright yellow guy out there, dude. They hate it when I come by. It's the best feeling.
I like it.
I bet.
But I mean, I don't know, man. Who talks the most smack? Honestly, dude, people in other like series like talk more smack to me. Like Jody Barry and the Twins Cup.
I'm dead.
Oh my god,
I'm
dude.
so dead.
He's like one of my best friends. He's always coming up. He's like, dude, I'm like really close to you, and I'm on a Twins bike, and I'm like, what are you talking about? You're like 6 seconds behind me. He goes, that's pretty close. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? He's like, I'm just going to take your ride next year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to take your ride next year. Don't worry about it. You'll be sent back. And I'm like, all right, Jody, let's go. Like, but, I mean, I talk smack with some of the bigger guys too, but it's hard to talk smack with them because, them and their team are so freaking fast.
Yeah. Yeah, because again, and I mentioned it. I come from like a sport of basketball where smack talk is a part of the thing, and it's very prominent. So, you guys are wearing helmets. I don't know what's going on. Like I often wonder if there is like some supreme trash talk that goes behind the paddock. Like, yo, bro, like you ain't getting this race, or like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced something like that?
Yeah, I mean, people come up to me afterwards and like, dude, I shouldn't have let you do that. Next time I'm just going to push you off track and like that kind of stuff. I've definitely had that, but it's all like playful. Like you said, smack talk. It's not like serious. It's like you're not going to go deck the guy in the face. But then, I mean, you see it too. I mean, like Josh Herring and Tyler Scott at Laguna Seca. Tyler Scott went, hey, bro, I'm right behind you.
Josh was like, hey.
And at the end, Josh was like, see you later, cowboy. Like, said, it's definitely out there. Some people take it a little more like aggressive than others, but nah, dude. But like Cam Peterson and Jay Gagne talk smack to each other.
Hey Max, how about?
I guarantee it.
Like they're best friends, and all they do is like mess with each other. It's great.
That's awesome.
Max,
that is
tell
awesome.
us about what really happened between the Petrucci and the Skulls bump and you being in the way and stuff. I mean, like that's.
Oh my god.
Before you answer that, Max, because it was like it was pointed at Skulls, but you were like the friendly.
You're right there, yeah.
You're like, bro, like whoa.
You're the innocent victim.
I got hit way harder than Skulls did, dude. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like,
what really happened?
Supposedly the last lap, what is it? Matthew Skulls buzzed by Petrucci, and when Petrucci was slowing down, Matthew came by fast. So then Matthew catches up to me, I wave at him like, "What's up, dude?" And then we pull over and we're like, come to do our practice start. So I look at him, I push his elbow and like we're goofing off a little bit. So then, we're about to put our launch control on, and then next minute, like this, I'm like, what the heck, bro? Like, what was it? So I look forward and I see Petrucci. I'm like, did he not see us stopping or like what? And then next minute, you know, he turns around and he's like,
Yeah,
hey.
straight
Yeah,
up.
good old
Yeah, and I was
American
like,
hello.
what's going on?
Yeah, so I'm like, yo. So I look at Matthew, and Matthew's
that to
already
me?
got his hands
Was
in
it
the
to
air.
you?
And then I'm like, bruh. So I go back down and do my practice start, and then I realize my handlebar's forward like this. And I'm like, trying.
No.
So I'm like, yo, bro, like, what the frick? So I had to do a practice start like this, which felt
my
super
God.
weird.
Yeah.
I came in, and then I'm like, yo, what? Like, my dad's like, I just look pissed, and my dad's like, what's the matter? Because I don't normally come in pissed. And he's like, Petrucci just bent my handlebar for no reason. And then my dad's a feisty dude. Like, he was bucked up looking for Petrucci. Like, my dad was about to smack him around. And
man.
Petrucci's lucky he didn't come to the pits because, you know, he gets guys to push his bike there. So we're like, all right, whatever. So Dad's mad. He goes to talk to the mechanic, but we're friends with this mechanic. So it's like, tell your rider to settle down. Like, if he hits our bike again, I'm gonna come over there and do something. So he was like, oh crap. So anyway, so it comes into the next day, and Moto America were like looking into it, trying to figure out what's going on. They pulled Matthew Scholz and Petrucci into a room, and they watched the entire last lap. And Scholz didn't get within 3 feet of him. He wasn't even close. So it was just like a straight up lie that he was telling.
Wow. See, this is the stuff that we
really
don't find out in the news. You know what I mean?
Pressure to rise. Step up, man. Because
dude, so he just at first he said Matthew hit him, like hit his elbow. That's why he hit him back. Then it turned out he buzzed him. And then it turned out Matthew did nothing and Petrucci was just pissed off. So he went to go elbow Matt, and then he bumped Matt and then, like, lost his balance and then rammed into my handlebar. I didn't really think too much of it, but my dad was like, dude, if your fingers were there or, like, if you were in gear, 1, you could have launched the bike, or 2, he would have broke your hand. And I was like,
you could have injured yourself.
Come to think of it, that's So Ferracci came over and apologized to me. The head of Ducati, their team, came over to apologize to me. And both times they're like, hey, I take your apology, but you're not the one who needs to be apologizing.
It's Petrucci.
You send your rider over. I'm like, tell him come over, shake my hand, say it wasn't for me, buy me a new handlebar, and we're set up.
Yeah, that's right, man up.
This is the smack talk we've been looking for, guys. Like,
man up.
Because I was wondering, I was like, yo, if that was me, bro, and I'm a feisty dude myself, I'm like, I would have marched straight up to that man, like, yo, me and you, we need to talk right now.
Yeah,
but I get it, like, you know, you got to keep it professional.
I got this reputation where, like, we're the friendliest team in the paddock, so I'm trying to keep that going. And then also,
that's right.
I've had to be the chill one at the tent because my dad is so feisty. Like, I've had to apologize to people for him. I've had to apologize for him for a couple times. So I'm just like, hey, Dad, just keep it down a little bit.
Hey, Max, I'm sorry, Jules. Let me ask him one last question, because I remember the week before that incident, but Danilo Petrucci had that accident where he claimed also that nobody went to help him from marshal assist and things like that. Did they go over anything like that after that incident with you guys riders about any changes or anything like that? Or do you guys know a little bit more info about what really happened, or was he really lying also? I mean, so many things went on.
Well, it was very stretched truth. I mean, I think Wayne Rainey answered it the best online, but pretty much what happened, he was trying to get past Matthew Scholz the entire time. And, you know, have you guys ridden at BIR?
I have not ridden at BIR, but I have. You know, seen the race.
Okay, so you have, like, the kink on the finish line, right?
Yes.
If you hit that wrong on a superbike, your front wheel levitates. And so he went wide, hit it wrong, and just tucked the front. So he didn't hit anybody. He just made a mistake. He wasn't going to make it, and he went down. He slid, went through boards. That's all right. He did go down hard. But, like, the race was over, so they were, like, panning to the riders. and showing them. Next minute, you see Petrucci, he's on the ground. Then he stands up and he's walking around. So, like, even on a track day, if you see the guy standing up, walking around, like he looks.
You
Yeah,
assume he's
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
right?
Right. It was the last lap of the race. They're just gonna bring the bikes in, and then that's gonna be it. Then they'll pick him up. He's okay. So since it didn't, stop right then and there, the riders took their time waving at the fans and stuff.
Right.
It took a little bit longer to get to him, and then he just rampaged. He was just super angry. He said it was the worst crash he's ever had, which isn't true because I've seen some of his crashes in MotoGP, and I'm like, yo,
Those
dude,
are
like,
worse.
come on.
Man.
And what is it? It just kind of went. He badmouthed VIR
Yes, he did.
to
Yes, he
like
did.
the entire
Yeah.
world.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. If I'm
Well,
gonna
yeah,
say
it
any of this
upset.
stuff.
It upset. You don't have to say anything else. That we don't
Yeah.
want to put you into any kind of trouble.
Yeah.
But
You on
it
that.
upset the viewers out there and things like that. And for a little
It
while,
did.
he was
It upset a lot
he
of
was the
people.
bad guy of the
I-
Batman and Robin
Right.
show and
And
stuff. So
And then, yeah, he had some hematomas on
Yeah.
his arm, which weren't the best, and he hurt himself a bit. But like I said, if you're hurt, stay down. If you stay
they come
down,
and assist you.
they're gonna get you. But you were walking around just like
Aimlessly.
literally pacing back and forth, like, and it's on camera. And then they picked him up right after the bikes got off, and they took him straight to medical. And like I said, he's got such a huge fan following that
Oh yeah.
for him to
Dude.
like straight trash talk. I mean, people were calling America a third world
Yeah,
country.
yeah.
I'm
The
like,
Italians
Yeah.
came.
So,
out,
Max-
Get outta
bro,
here.
like,
Yeah,
Max,
come
let me
on,
tell you.
man.
So I'm myself and Jules, we marshal at the Coda track in Texas. So their
Right,
right.
their regulations are a little different, and they any issue that happens on our turn, we are there to respond. So
right.
But in that instant was different because last incident, I think he probably
Yeah,
dramatized the situation as well, and
you're right.
uh,
And also, where he crashed,
it's a weird
it's
spot to
technically
trash.
a
Yeah,
straightaway.
yeah.
Yeah, it's technically a straightaway, so it's like there wasn't marshals there because people don't normally go down, or if they do, they go
Makes sense.
straight. People normally crash in the next corner, so I can see. I mean, like I can see how he's frustrated because he's used to MotoGP where they're literally there
Yes.
with a scooter, medic, everything.
Immediately, right.
But like, I mean, he just raced a car. If you crash there, what happens? You're stuck. No one's gonna come help you. Like you gotta pick yourself
No,
up, get
it's
back on the
facts.
bike,
Yeah.
and get going.
For
Like
real.
so. I mean, I think he definitely didn't treat it the right way, and especially he isn't really making many American fans. Yeah, he's got all his fans back home, but I think Loris Baz was a fighter when he was
Yes.
here.
Yes.
He fought
He was a
hard.
pit bull.
Love Loris,
Yeah.
dude.
He
Pit
was,
bull of the paddock, yeah.
He would ride hard, he would pass hard, he pissed some people off, but he never badmouthed anything. He was
No.
respectful. Off track, he was a really nice guy. Like
That-
I just think that's how it needs to be treated.
And with you saying that, I'm an avid follower of Loris Baz. So like I
He is.
because Warhorse
He's a good guy.
Ducati treats me with really good respect. Like they bring me in and they let me like sit in like their VIP box, but whatever. So when I look at Loris Baz's post, even though he's a World Superbike and he has so much going on, he'll be like, oh shoot, this week we're at VIR. Oh man, I remember this track. Like he's still paying attention to our sport.
Yeah.
And that I can't thank him enough for because he's
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, he came over here and he probably thought the same as everybody else. He's like, oh, it's just a bunch of Americans. I'm gonna walk it. I'm gonna win, and that's gonna be it. And then he came and got his ass handed to him. I mean, he
took it like a man.
Yeah, I'm not saying he lost. He was racing really, really well, but he was riding so hard and out of his limit to beat Gagne. He crashed quite a bit, and
He did.
he was just like, dude, I think he gained a lot of respect for us and what we do.
Yeah.
And now it's, kept going, and I think he's going to be a fan of it. And I'm excited to see Gagne go race him again.
WSBK.
World Superbike.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's gonna be
Me too,
sick.
man.
World
Yeah.
He deserved it.
That's
That
gonna
man
be
deserved
sick.
it.
I can't wait.
Hey,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna see you there,
yeah,
man.
word. Attack Yamaha. Pick this man up.
Well,
Hey, bro, I gotta sell a lot more T-shirts before I get
That's all
there.
right.
Hey,
we can
we can help.
you.
Yeah, we'll assist you, brother.
Squad.
yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
appreciate that.
So let me ask you this: what goals do you have for yourself for the New Jersey race coming up? Is there any like goals you have set for yourself from last year? You know, beating your lap time, better
Yeah.
position.
To meet the PTG
Definitely.
boys,
I mean,
of course. Like,
Of course, yeah, that too.
yeah. I mean, I think every track I've been to this year, I've beaten my lap time from last year. So my riding's getting better, and the bike hasn't improved at all since last year. So it kind of proves that it's all me. But
Correct.
I mean, the rest of this year, I'm just trying to prove myself to get a ride. To be honest, like Fast Ride Racing's awesome. I've been with them for a long time, but if
You
I
want
need
to step up.
to get up higher, I need more. This team has taken me really far, but now we're just lacking the manpower, lacking the technical side of it to like get to the top. And teams keep coming out. I mean, Tyler Racing just came out, and they're just BMWs just forced down our throats.
Where the hell did that come from?
They're fully carbon fiber race spec bikes, and they're ridiculous. They're so fast, and to beat them, you gotta ride hard as heck. But I need to get on one of those teams that I can stop worrying about the setup, stop worrying about the driving, just focus on me and getting somewhere. Because I mean, I'm not getting any younger, and I've been putting my body through a lot of stress. I mean, I gotta get something done and either prove my talent or get on a good ride where I can start winning some races. But I don't know, man. I gotta do something. I did really well at Brainerd. I was riding really fast. I was closest to Gagne I've ever been. It was really, really good, but I had a mechanical, technically 2 mechanicals in both races, so I didn't get to finish where I started. But I mean, I had teams talking about me. They were clapping for me as I was coming in. Like, I think everybody in the paddock wants to see me get there, but I just need someone to go, hey, blank check.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And I'm like,
the budget's
right,
got to be right.
Heck yeah.
Right.
I feel that, man. I like seeing a competitive field, and like, yo, you deserve for everything you've been through, plus your accolades. Like you definitely deserve like a high profile ride. Because god dang, I love Moto America. I
100%.
love everybody in the paddock, including a certain somebody PTG boys know. and I respect everybody, but it's like, man, I'm tired of seeing the same 3-4 guys up there.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment you got two factory teams. You got Yamaha and you got Ducati, and then Westby is close to factory, but those guys are working super, super hard. They're really giving it all they got. I mean, Suzuki's also factory, but I just think that they need to not quite right. They got to get something going, but like that's already that's 5 riders, so you're pretty much competing for 6th to 10th, and so for everyone else to make that step to catch up to these guys, it costs a lot of money, and unfortunately the money's not quite there right now. So like I said, we need to pick up some new sponsorships like Nutella if they want to come on my bike.
Nutella, absolutely.
Hey Nutella, this is a special thing. Please give us a call. PTG@gmail.com. Hit us up. We want to talk.
Hit us up. That's right. Everybody,
Anyway, dude, I mean, back in the day, the sponsorships came flowing. I mean, the team was sponsored by Jordan. That's so
Max,
cool.
things have changed for sure. I mean, economy. The golden era has changed. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that upsets me is like I'll go to like Buffalo Wild Wings or something, and I'll be watching all the TV screens, and these guys are. I'm not saying it's easy, but the fact that you can play it in your yard is kind of strange. Is these guys playing professional cornhole on TV, they're making
and sponsorship
good money,
sponsorship,
getting sponsors. And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm racing at 190 miles an hour, risking my life, and I have to like beg for some duct tape.
What's happened with
you know?
TV, man? What's happened with television?
It's not fair.
It's changed since I was. I mean, I'm
Dude,
43
I don't
now.
get it,
It's
bro.
changed a lot.
It is.
Dude, tell me about it. I don't know what's going on.
Speaking of television, have you seen the MotoGP Unlimited?
He's speaking about the movie.
No, it's not a movie. It's a documentary series that's on Amazon that's supposed to rival Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
If you didn't see it, don't waste your time. Pressure to Rise is so much better. It is garbage. It is straight garbage.
Yeah.
I just wish Pressure to Rise would kind of, as if they know us, would follow our example and just giving the other people a voice. Because again.
Well, the thing that I noticed with the F1 one on Netflix, they started with the lowest teams. They were showing teams that they were fighting for ninth, and when they got ninth, their whole team celebrated like they won. And like that's the kind of thing, like people were locking onto that and going, "Wow, this team's really working and doing what they can." So like, then once it blew up and got so big, McLaren and all them were like, hey, we want to get on this show too, and now they're doing a bit more with them, but it shows all the hardships and stuff, but like, you got to get the people hooked with like the stories first, And
I just feel like there is a lot of story. You had a story. Like, I'm pretty sure all these guys
do have a story.
We have people in our Facebook group who race at Moto America. And seeing some of the posts, I guess I'm gonna throw his name out there, Cody Cochran, for example. I see the things that he posts about, about some of his struggles, where he's like sleeping at, and he's doing this all for the love of racing and the competition. And I feel like, there's so much to unpack here. And
independent team, another independent team.
As media consumers, we don't see that, and I just feel like everybody has a story, and that's why I helped start this whole thing, is because we want people to speak up. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, look at, like Tony Blackhall. They put a story about him, and he's taking veterans that come home from war and they're kind of lost and stuff, and he's bringing them to the racetrack to show them like this cool thing, making them like putting them to work, kind of giving them some structure again, and like helping them out. And it's such a beautiful thing that he's doing.
Exactly.
And but like he's barely racing now because he can't get sponsors. And I'm like,
Max, do you go
Like,
you go to schools, don't you not? You visit the kids?
Oh yeah. I went last. No,
it was this year. Yeah, this season.
Year. I went to Wisconsin. And on the way to Wisconsin, a teacher hit me up. He's a huge fan of mine. He's like, hey, I would love it if there was a possibility you could come in and see the kids. And I was like, I've never been asked that before, but yeah, I'd love to. I used to work with kids in Louisiana. I was a sports coach with kids, so speaking to them wasn't that big of a deal. And he's like, we set it all up. I got there a day early. We went out, and at first it was just going to be his class, and then it turned out that they wanted me to do it in front of the whole school.
Wow.
So I had 200 kids all looking at me.
Nice.
I was so nervous. I was just trying to hype up racing, like it was really cool. They all loved it. I started the bike.
I'm sure.
They all went nuts. Afterwards they brought class out, but like they took everyone back inside, and then they brought class by class so they could ask me questions. So I was answering all their questions. Then I had my bicycle there too, so I was wheeling around the truck and stuff. They were all going crazy, and like at the end, I was like loading everything up, and the bell went so the parents could pick them up. And you got all the parents like over here, and I'm here. All the kids just run out straight to me, and they're all just like, ah! And they're like,
fan base,
that's
baby.
awesome.
Can you sign? They're like, can you sign my arm? Can you sign my head? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna sign your body. Like, I'll sign notebooks and
sign
stuff.
my cast.
That's awesome, man.
And then I think like 10 of them came out to Road America that weekend. It was really, really good.
Very cool.
It was a good time.
And inspiring children too. That's
awesome.
Awesome. Which that doesn't happen much in our sport.
It is. No, and
they're never gonna forget that. That's
Right,
how
exactly.
That's how some of us actually started. I mean, like I started just like that as a little kid. Somebody took me for a little ride, and that's like a spark plug, for me. Hooked initially.
Hooked, bro.
Instantly.
Right.
spread the love, and it makes you
Yeah.
feel good when you see
Right.
somebody,
Of
feel that
course.
same love. You're like, yes.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
I gave a helmet to. I was giving like 3 or 4 helmets away after I crashed them. I had to cut the straps off because they're not usable anymore. But the kids, dude, their parents, like a week later, they'll like message me with a picture of their kid in their helmet, like riding their bicycle super hard, like over a jump. And I'm just like, this is
bro.
exactly what
This
we
is
did.
it.
Do it for the kids.
Like,
Yes.
bro, we need more daredevils out there, man.
We do.
That's
safe.
awesome.
Way too safe.
I got into the sport because on my 26th birthday, I don't know what flipped the switch in my head, but I was like, yo, let me get a motorcycle. I'm like, nobody motivated me to do it. I didn't watch any MotoGP. I didn't even look twice at people on motorcycles. I was just like, yo, let me do this. But then I wanted a sport bike, and I was like, I'm not gonna do this just for the fun of it. I want to like literally get into why these bikes are called sport bikes. And then now that I see the things that you guys do is insane to me. So I'm so glad that I got into the sport because it's so adrenaline pumping, and I'm so upset that these Americans don't know, bro. Like, because when you mention, let me ask you guys this, all three of you, when you mention motorsports to like a casual person, right? Oh shoot, Mac. Oh, there you go. To like a casual person, what do you think they think of? Like, hey, motorsports.
It's always like cars or motorcycles. NASCAR, right?
And that obsessed me because this one girl that I was seeing 2 weeks ago, which I did not see her again after she said this. I didn't know motorcycles race. Are you serious?
Oh my god!
Cut her off right now.
Snip, get out. Get out. But I was like, bro, like, come on, yo. And they're like, what is knee dragging? It's literally exactly how I'm explaining it. It's, you can't explain it anymore.
Yeah.
I have a stupid question. Why the R1?
Why the R1?
Like out of any bike that you chose, why the R1? That's just my thing.
Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of better bikes out there at the moment. I mean, but no, when after the EBR happened, we went to the R1 because at that time the R1 was dominating.
Was
it
the
was
bike,
winning everything. So it's like, hey, why pick any other bike? So then we went to it, but we couldn't really get it going properly because if you look at our setup now, it's taken us 5 years to get to how we are now. Like every canopy, every chair, like. We haven't just gone out and bought everything.
Progression of growth.
I mean, I got suspension one year. I got a swing arm the next year. I got triple clamps the next year. Like, it's all been, like, spread out. But now we're at a point where everything I have is Yamaha. For me to, like, completely switch to a different bike, it's going to take a lot of money. Like, I got to buy the bike, and then I'm going to start from bottom again. I mean, luckily now we've made good friends with like the Westby team and the Attack Yamaha guys are good, so they're helping me out. But to get to where they're at, I'm still way off. I mean, their electronic package is bananas. They have this new custom swing arm that is stupid expensive. That it supposedly changes where the tire's at and gives you better drive. That's why Gandhi's able to just rip out of corners. I mean, you've got other stuff too, like. What was the other thing that they just got? Oh, they have like the World Superbike exhaust, but to get one of those, you have to buy a new oil sump for the bike, and the oil sump itself is like $15,000. So it's like, it's to get to where they're at. It costs a lot of money, bro. But I'll get there.
A lot of the big
sponsors
have walked away, have they not, Max?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even sponsors now, like, most of, like, if they already have a name, they're only giving discounts. Discounted parts, it's awesome if you have money, but if you can't afford even the discount.
Max, let me ask you something else. How about the attendance of people to go and visit to the racing and everything? Has that changed in the past couple of years? Maybe from Loris Bass or Petrucci coming from Europe over here?
The thing is, definitely, they definitely help the sport because they got more eyes over here for sure. So nothing against that, but I don't know if they really pulled in people because people don't, like in America, if you walked into a bar and was like,
They
hey,
don't
who
know.
Petrucci
They don't
is?
know.
No clue.
Yeah.
They
Who the
have no
fuck is
idea.
that guy?
So, right, so I don't think they really pull. Do you know what really did it? And because one of my friends is one of the head marketers for Motor America, and I mean I have mixed feelings about it. I don't know about y'all, but the bagger class, dude, that pulled in so many fans.
Heck yeah, of course.
It's pulled in.
Of course it did.
So I mean, I'm not saying it's bad because all these people are coming in and watching, which is awesome. But the fact that
Max is an egg breaker, man.
Top,
I seen him. This is my first time seeing him this season. I'm visiting you guys because of Jules and I made a bet. Okay, and it's my first season watching these baggers, and they break necks. They're so loud.
Dude, they're
baggers
cool.
like this.
It's weird to see these weird things.
Yeah, it's strange.
But the fact that they're getting, I mean, the top 6 baggers, they have like nearly quadruple the money put into them.
Wow.
And like we're a superbike team,
man.
and it's like now the money's shifting to them, and they're picking up sponsors. I mean, Kyle Wyman ditched his Ducati because he's making more money with the baggers. Bobby Fong didn't take a ride this year because he can make more money with the baggers. I mean, you're seeing people coming out the woodworks like Taylor Knapp. He hasn't been around forever, but he can make money, so he's gonna do it. So it's like, you know, all these guys are coming out because they can make money in it. Where, you know, as a superbike rider, I'm struggling.
It's just man, and I liked I still do like Kyle Wyman and Bobby Fong. They're monsters on that superbike, man, and I definitely miss them in that class. But it just goes to show like where the money is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's how everything is right now. It's follow the money, so that's just where it's going. Yeah, I miss Kyle Wyman and Bobby Fong in the superbike class. Bobby was a fighter. Shoot. Kyle was a fighter. Kyle did some excellent marketing. He got with Panera. He got Panera with all the people that helped him. He had them on the bike. It was so cool how he did that and kept his program going. But you know, it's
when he pulled that Panera sponsorship, 2 things went through my head, right? I was like, and this is, I love you, Kyle, if you ever listen to this. But there was 2 things that went through my head. One of them was, I was like, yo, how did you get Panera to freaking sponsor you?
Dude.
Wait a minute.
That's one. Hold on. So the fact that he got Panera, I was like, did you just walk up to like a bread store and be like, yo, sponsor me? And 2, that bike was kind of ugly. I won't lie. Green.
I do like the Ducati in red. That green that he had going on.
I'm just curious if he's from Missouri, because Panera Bread is originally from Missouri.
No, he
really?
lives in New York. So supposedly he met one of the local dealer Panera people. Got talking to him. I think they have to agree that every person every Panera in a certain mileage has to agree to sponsor him, and he got it done.
What that conversation was like.
So it wasn't like the
There's
head
a couple of stores
Panera
that
people
joined.
going, here's the money. It was like
that's awesome. Still,
it wasn't factory Panera Ducati.
Yeah,
dude,
right. Yeah, right.
Hey, the prices at Panera, dude, he would have a sick team. That's all I'm saying.
Good for him to pull that off, though. Good for him. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Like I said, definitely good at marketing. He's really good at that.
That's what I was going to say. The way he did that Kyle Wyman Army, you know, you can sign up for $175. You get this, you get that with your name on the bike. Maybe that's something you should do, Max. Put something out there like that, right?
Yeah.
Say, hey, for this and this and this, I'll get you on here.
Hey, Chris got some great ideas. You need to hire that guy right there, man.
Chris. We don't call him the show for no reason, bro.
Yeah, I definitely thought about doing that stuff. The hardest part is just getting stuff done. I mean, like, for me to go out and buy a bunch of shirts, like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Luckily with these, a fan, actually, he's been a fan of mine for 4 years. He's like, dude, I want to help you out. What can I do? And I was like, dude, I mean, besides, like, you know, donating money, I don't know what to tell you. He goes, what if I made you some shirts and you could sell them? I got a friend named Kate. she can help you out. And I was like, all right. So then Kate came to the next race. She came, introduced herself to the whole team, and like she loved the team and everything. And then she was
That's
like, yeah,
awesome.
let's do this. So they gave me, I don't even know how many shirts, but they gave me tons of shirts to sell. And like I've made a good amount of money. I just bought myself some new bodywork that I desperately needed. So
Very cool.
shout out to Marty and Kate all day.
Shout out Marty,
guys out
Kate.
They were
Because
awesome.
I'm about to order my shirt in a bit after this. So you said what? I think you said Venmo, in the DMs.
Yeah, Venmo. DM me Facebook or
I'll do it through my
Instagram,
personal.
and then
Very cool.
we got it.
So what's your goals for 2023? Do you have anything in mind?
I have to figure something out first. Unfortunately, I'm still on my dad's insurance because it's cheaper than getting my own insurance. But when you turn 26, you get kicked off. So I'm 26 in November, so
Damn.
Yeah, I gotta find a job that will pay me, give me insurance, and let me go racing, or get my own insurance. But like health insurance in this country is not cheap, so I gotta figure something out. So hopefully, if I get that sorted out, my goal for next year is just to get picked up. I'm gonna go this next round. I'm gonna be cruising around a lot of different teams and just poking my nose in. Luckily, everybody knows me, and I've got a really good name around the paddock. I just got to get that opportunity. So I'm gonna keep talking and see what's up, but I'm raring to be out there next year.
Well, you definitely got fans here, Max. 100%. We'll be rooting for you.
Hot take.
Thank you.
Westby only has one racer. I think they should add another bike.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Bring Max on,
bro.
Absolutely.
Even if you don't get podium, at least you have a competitive bike, a bike that this thing could take me so far.
Hey, Jules, we got a meeting when we go to Jersey. We got some work to do. We'll go and visit them, okay?
Word. I'm about to bring in a soccer ball too to see how nasty you are. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
We'll put some pressure.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, because I wanted to. My first idea, and I guess I'm leaking it out to the public now. My first idea was to bring like a toy basketball hoop and like a little ball, and having each of the riders try to shoot in it. But you know what? Soccer sounds fun too.
I was thinking about bringing a little mustache, like one of those like Italian long mustache. Have Petrucci put it on.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. I don't know what
that would be epic.
You know what I mean?
I would love to see that happen.
Stand by. Maybe we'll post some pictures on PTG and we'll see what's up.
But boys, we crossed like I think there was like the aside from the little technical difficulties, like kind of like the 54-minute mark. Max, we don't want to take too much of your time. Chris had a lot of because I saw this man's notes. Chris, is there anything else you want to ask for the good of the order?
One question I did have. I know you were young in England. Have you ever been to the Isle of Man races?
No, it's definitely on my bucket list. I mean, actually, not this year. Last year, Michael Dunlop came over and raced Daytona 200.
Yes.
I beat him.
Nice.
I was like, I know he came over to my home turf and I beat him. I know if I go over to his home turf, he'll wipe the floor with me. But I definitely want to go. I would probably do it how Rossi did it, like go. I wanted to get so famous I could just go and ride it and wave at people.
You'll get there, bro.
But like, dude, those guys have a
new
different set of everything.
They got like 2 extra balls, bro.
Yes.
Made out
dude,
of ice.
literally, bro.
Dude.
They're nuts.
So on top of that too, Max, can you tell all the viewers that's going to watch this and everybody in the world
how do they link up with you? Yeah.
How can they get in contact with you to buy one of these shirts? What's the contact
plug yourself
info?
in,
your personal
baby.
phone
Plug
number,
yourself in.
Your social security.
Yeah.
Well, not all that now. Come on.
Nah, definitely. I'm really good with all my supporters. I'd love anybody out there to follow me, be a fan of mine. I need everyone I can get behind me to really push this forward. You can find me on Instagram. It's Max88 Flinders, and you can find me on Facebook, and it's Max Flinders Racing is my page, or just Max Flinders is my normal. Hit me up. I'm adding pretty much everyone. I can't really friend anyone else on Facebook.
He maxed
there's
out.
a
He
limit
maxed
of
out, guys.
5,000.
MySpace
Yeah,
didn't do
we're
that.
was
friends
like-
on Facebook, Max. That's all I care about.
Good,
Me and
good.
you are
Join our
Yeah.
page,
baby. Yeah.
I gotta go through my list and start kicking some people out to make some
Yeah.
more room for people. But
You-
I know
yeah,
that's
hit me
right.
up if you can get on my page
Awesome.
for
You
sure.
want
There's
the-
no limit on that, and you can see everything I'm doing. And like, hopefully, I can see you at a race.
Oh, you'll see us.
Come on by. Anyone can come chat. Anyone can come sit on my
bum
bike.
rush.
Yeah,
We'll
we're
bum
gonna-
rush, like, through the lines.
Me and Jules.
I love it.
Oh,
Me and
I love
Jules-
I
it.
expect
We'll
nothing
kick
less.
the kids out the way,
That's
yo.
it. I love it. That's why I love you.
Yeah, Max.
I
Me and
love
Jules
it.
got plans to come and pay you a visit in New Jersey, so you'll see us over there.
Unfortunately, I ain't
Sounds
going
like
to
a
make
plan.
it to Jersey this year. But I did see you at VR, and I'll see you at VR hopefully next year if you're going to
All
be
right,
there.
definitely.
Better be
100%.
But also, if you two were looking at shirts besides the vendor, I'll have them at the track. So if y'all want to
shoot.
get
I
any
could steal
there,
one.
I was gonna
then
ask you
we don't
that.
have-
I was gonna ask
Yeah,
you that
then-
when I see you at the track, because I know you gotta bring them. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I don't have
That's
to do
awesome,
the shipping.
dude.
Which is
All
crazy,
right.
but
Bet.
it's
It
fine.
is.
That
It
sounds like a
is.
deal.
It
We'll
is.
go there and we'll buy some shirts. And the shirt itself, and like our beautiful supermodel of the show, it's fire.
fire.
Like no lie, like some of these racing shirts look mad corny, but this one's fire. Like this is something.
Thank
This is something
you. It's
I
fire.
definitely
It
wear.
is.
I like the
out.
logo on
Like,
the sleeve too. That's cool.
100%.
Yeah, I what is it? I drew it myself.
Very
so
good.
I'm glad y'all like
and he's an
I do.
artist.
I love
My
it.
God,
It's
like look
sick.
at this. I
Regular
can't-
Picasso.
Can't wait.
You
I can't
know.
wait for Jersey. I can't wait to see you in action. Man, this is great. This is great. Max, you've been wonderful. Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
thank you.
your patience with the
Yeah.
whole technical
It's
difficulty.
been a pleasure,
I
Max.
really
I
appreciate it,
appreciate
man.
you.
Chris,
For
thank you
real.
for getting this man out.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for the support, dude. It
Yeah, no
means a
problem.
lot.
Nah, it means
You
a
always
lot to
got
us,
us. Yo,
too, for real.
this is our 10th
Yes.
episode.
Yeah, we 10 deep. We 10 deep.
10 deep. And
10 deep.
we got this dude on here to explain his story and give us a little not a lot of dirt, but give us a little inside like what's give us
a
a
little
little
bit,
dirt,
a little
but-
bit.
Just
but,
a little bit.
So yeah, but on that note, yeah, guys, please go on his Instagram. We're gonna put the link of his Instagram in the description down below. We're gonna steer all our fans to go get shirts from this man. Support this man because he has a dream just like we all do. But his dream comes with a dope looking T-shirt. So definitely.
Gotta floss that 88.
The Raging Great 88. The new nickname that he says he loves, the Yellow Flash, bro. If
Yellow
we're gonna be
Flash.
coming out with our own
I love
PTG
it.
shirts, we should make one like a
special
jersey style
edition.
with your number just for
Just
you,
for Max.
and it says the Yellow
Just for
Flash. on it.
Max.
So
Yes.
we're gonna get that going.
That's it.
As
We will.
soon as I figure out who can screen print
That
mine,
sounds like
because
a
I don't
plan.
want no crappy quality like shirts. Like looking at the shirt, it looks freaking dope. So I can't wait. I can't wait to get it. Andy, do you have anything else you want to say for the good of the order?
No, I mean, I just wanted to thank Max for coming, paying us a visit, and chat with us. And to the viewers out there, thank you so much. Everybody, have a good night. Good luck to you out there, Max. Always be safe, and we'll
Thank
see you
you.
out there, man.
Yeah, we'll see you in Jersey.
Heck
Man,
yeah,
thank
see y'all
you.
there.
Thank you. All right, guys. Once again,
See y'all
I'm
later,
Cool
guys.
Jules.
Appreciate it.
That is Mr. Andy Andelix Bro, Chris, the whole effing show, Simco, and Max, the Yellow Flash Flinders. All right, guys. Make sure you give us a like, subscribe. Let us know what you think. If you didn't like it, leave in the comments down below. If you did like it, leave in the comments down below. If you're not sure and you want to leave a comment down below, leave it in the comments down below. I am Cool Jules, and until next time, peace.